Man United takeover is imminent. We're hearing the Qatari bid is the one that's taken over. It's the one that's going to be accepted, and it's the one that is going to go through. Hallelujah, man. We can't wait.
First of all, I want to say that obviously we're winning. Tottenham aren't scoring against me. I said this already 2-0.
Jesus Christ.
Rashford will be scoring. This will be Rashford's first goal of the Prem this season. And you guys keep on saying about Mason Mount and Bruno, but what you need to know with my manager is when something doesn't work, it changes. You get your chance, and then he just changes it.
Now, mate, just because you lost.
You know what You know what he's lost? Yes, You know what he's lost? You want to sign? You want to sign?
No, it's fine.
Whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
Welcome back to another episode of Big Six Bands. It is Title Talk episode 6. You know what I'm saying? Make sure. Sorry, that Corey clip still is rent free in my head.
It's one of the best clips like out of the bunch. Oh, it's so funny. It's actually.
Listen, you get your chance. I will never delete on this channel, fam. Never.
You know what's still killing me? And you need to clip it up, bro. Yesterday, when Kears was back. But hear what? Gabriel's injured, but Valverde's injured. And someone in the chat was like, bro, he's still playing, bro. He's on the pitch.
Yesterday.
I think he meant Mendy. He must have meant Mendy.
Nah, wait.
No, bro.
Did you see it? Wait, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
He got caught so red-handed. It was
red-handed, bro.
Funny, bro. Oh my days.
Oh, the tears.
Look, Kears was, bro, so much stuff happened in yesterday's match reaction. It's just killing me, innit? But, bro, Kears was just like, yeah, but Valverde's injured. So, obviously, we got one, they got one. It's evening out and that. Then someone was like, he's playing right now. I was like, what? So, I went and checked. So I was like, cool, let me check the game because the game was in extra time. Broski's still playing, running around. I'm like, wait, kids, if I never checked that, I would have just assumed he was injured.
Injured, what?
It was so dark, bro. It was so dark, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's man are saying if I ever get bagged, I'm calling kids my lawyer and that. Bro. And then Corey, and then someone sent a super chat in about a Peugeot, and Corey pronounced it as Pidgeot. There's just so much shit.
Can't believe Peugeot.
Funny.
That's crazy.
Was so... Hey, yesterday's stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch that one back up still.
Bro,
I'll be missing out on them things there.
It was so funny, man. You know what I'm saying? Pidgeot is killing me just because of the Pokemon in it. But you look, we're back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out everyone that's come over from NAF. Shout out everyone that's pouring in as we speak. Let's get hashtag Pidgeot in the chat. Shout out my brother Cause, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag that in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys subscribing to Fam Zone TV. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Halftime Hooks as well. And make sure you guys are following Roms on all socials as well. You know what I'm saying? On his debut of Title Talk. You know, Title Talk, obviously, let's be honest, this show should have been running since the start of the season, or like at least like November or something. But I took a bit too long, and it is what it is. But this still makes for a good show. You know what I'm saying? It still makes for a good show.
No, we all did though. If you like, we all did though, innit? Because do you know what? Really and truly, yeah. Like, I don't know from the Liverpool side, yeah, but from the Arsenal side, yeah, like there was never a moment where it was like, oh yeah, like we're 100% in the race, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's times where we were swinging it out with Chelsea. Like, are Chelsea gonna be above us? Are we gonna be above Chelsea? Like, I don't think there's ever been until I would say game week 22-ish. I think game week 22-ish.
Bro, Hooks. I
Do you know what I
gotta
mean?
disagree. I gotta disagree, bro. I
Oh.
feel like Arsenal been there and thereabouts for majority of the season, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we've always had the chance to make something happen, but I feel like Arsenal, we've just had so many like internal issues to worry about, like, i.e., our best players always getting someone's dashing the pins in the voodoo doll and all that. Yeah, that we've just been a bit sidetracked, and you man kind of just like, I don't know, like there's never been a moment where it's like, yeah, let's capitalize off these brothers. Do you know what I mean? Innit? So, like, I feel like we just, more so than a title race, it's been like Arsenal trying to chase first, if that makes sense, innit? Like, usually title races are like, okay, one game week, yeah, you man are up, us man are down. Next game week, us man are up, you man are down. Next game week, we're both down, like tit for tat in it. But it just feels like you man have just been like, yeah, cool. And the times that you did slip up, I think we only capitalized once. But then the very next game week,
Yeah.
you said it. So I hear it why a lot of people kind of started the title race shows later than usual, innit? Because I'm pretty sure in the minds of Liverpool fans anyway, like, probably even still now, you man probably just feel like you're so far away that it's not really a race. It's like everybody trying to chase your shadows, if that makes sense, innit? So, but yeah, man, hold that. Punched up Fulham, Saka back, 9 points. That's all I'm saying.
Well, obviously, listen, guys, I'm just looked at the like button while Hooks was doing his monologue on how he's probably going to have less pressure on Arsenal, because they hate pressure, right, guys? So, with over 200 plus pouring in, please make sure we smash the like button. There's only 49 likes, which is insanity. So make sure you hit that like button whether you're watching this on your lunch break, or you're watching this and you're not supposed to be watching this, or what I'm saying. Just hit that like button. You know what I'm saying, people? Let's actually talk about Arsenal though. Let's start with Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal 2, Fulham 1, Starboy's back, Mr. Inevitable. You know what I'm saying? 7 minutes in, back like he never left. And also Fulham did get the consolation. So without that, maybe without that Saka goal, does the game end 1-1? Guess we'll never know, but it shows the importance of getting that cushion, that 2-goal cushion as well. There was also a few things to talk about injuries wise of Gabriel and Timber being assessed currently. Gabriel's one being a hamstring injury, and Timber obviously couldn't continue, which is what Arteta said. Let's start with the positives right now. Just to start on the victory itself. What did you guys kind of think of the game and just kind of the dynamics and the way it kind of played out?
I think we played shit, personally. Like, I think we played. I think it was a god awful game. Like, don't get me wrong, there was moments.
I switched over to the Man. I can't lie. I switched over to the Man U game. It was quite boring.
It was a proper dead game. I won't lie. Like, there was moments where like we looked bright in certain moments, but it was just like it was more of the same. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Maybe my judgment was clouded because I was so vexed with Ødegaard, man. Like, Ødegaard, that whole game was just ghost, like doing the same shit. Like, he would keep on picking up the ball in the final third, turning around, running away from goal, passing the ball sideways, and then running into space in the final third to just reset the whole thing. Like, everything was delayed. Like, there was a few moments where like Martinelli was trying to punish them on the wing, but there was I don't know, man. It just looked like the way that we've been playing for the whole season. Like, and I was hoping with a bit of rest, prolonged rest at that as well, because I don't think too many of our players actually had too many minutes over the international break, outside of Martinelli. Sorry, outside of Miles Lewis Skelly and what's his name? Ødegaard. Like, I just thought that we would see a bit more pep in the step, man. A bit more vim, like, do you know what I mean? But professional win at the least, do you know what I mean? Like, it was a mature win. Like, it's definitely a win that we needed. It was one of those games that we just kind of needed to just win the game, especially when, like, as of recent, like, we haven't done too well against Fulham, and Fulham have kind of put a dent in, like, any, like, potential of us winning a league. So maybe there's a good omen there that we was finally able to overcome that. Performance-wise, I don't think we was too great. It was nice to see you Saka come on, and I feel like when Saka came on, back like he never left. You know what I'm saying? Back like he never left. And the whole time I was just sitting there thinking, raw, there was brothers that was telling me that he shouldn't be playing. So imagine if Arteta listened to YouTube doctors, yeah? Imagine if, like, Arteta sat down.
YouTube doctor.
Yeah, and did
Some of us, I think a lot of us said that he's to give him minutes, just not to start him.
I don't know about
I don't know about that, Mods.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
No, the stream that I was in, like, remember the one that I joined late, and they were saying that obviously I joined late in it, but I was saying it's happy to give him minutes and see how he does, rather than just play him, start him straight away.
Look, you know what I've been saying about Saka. You know what I've been saying to build.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. That's what I said.
The convo was whether he should play against Real Madrid or not. It wasn't about Fulham or Everton.
Yeah, but that's why I said I came late. That's what I'm saying. That's the bit I was saying.
Yeah, it was. I think people need to watch it back.
He should definitely play against. Why should he play against Real Madrid?
Oh, is it now?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Yeah.
As I said, maybe it's a good thing I'm late all the time, because if I was on time to that stream, I would have said, of course, he should play against Real Madrid.
You know what I think is disingenuous? Yeah, you're gonna get this with rivals will always try and downplay another rival's work share, but man are saying it was a tap-in. Bro, you have to be in the position to score, bro, and you can't teach that. You either have that you get.
Yeah, he should have scored again. He should have scored again because Martinelli was through.
Yeah,
and he should have squared it to him.
He should have squared it. Yeah,
but you man know how it gets. Tap-ins. You score if you're a winger and you score a tap-in, no one cares. If you're a striker and you score a tap-in, the anticipation. He had the right place, right time, right power. You know, we've seen others miss those ones. You know, if you're a striker and you score that tap-in, you get all the plaudits. If you're a winger and you score that tap-in, it's just GA.
Bro, Mons, if anything, if you're a winner, you should get praised more because you're having to move more. You're having to come out from a wider area to get into the box. Do you get it? But I feel like man were doing too much. I weren't expecting Saka to do loads, bro. Just come back from injury, but to be in that position, and Martinelli flicked that on quite quickly. How many times have we seen that and it goes out for a throw-in or something? That you got to rate it, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think people always have this thing where, like, it's like, oh yeah, like, we're gonna downplay things because maybe it wasn't a scintillating goal. Goals are goals, and he's back from injury. What did you want him to do? Twist up 15 man?
I agree with that, Mons. But what I like the most about the streaming world and what happens on the pitch is I like absolutes in it. I don't like ifs, but maybe I like complete and utter absolutes. And regardless of the scenario, is Saka scoring and coming on and scoring in 6 minutes, and then run over to his fitness coach and getting through the game unscathed is a complete and utter absolute and shuts everybody that was saying they shouldn't play down. It just ends all the conversations. The absolute is that regardless of what everyone was saying, whether you should play or shouldn't play, it ends it all. If he didn't score now and he came on, he could easily have come on and not scored and pulled up.
Yeah,
it could have been that. Or it could easily have been he didn't score, but he didn't play that well. And they'd be like, yeah, see, they're rushing him back. He didn't even play that well. I'm just happy that he just got the goal and it just shuts down. It's not about whether or not it was a good goal or not. It doesn't matter. The fact that he came and scored in 6 minutes. And that is on paper. That's the absolute. And I like when things just get shut down immediately. That's what I like the most about this.
No, I hear it.
No one gets got an argument anymore. Like when I go on Never Foul on Friday, no one's going to say anything. They better start saying, yeah, D, you was right. That's all I want to hear. Yeah, D, you was right.
No, but D,
I don't want to hear...
You know you're not going to hear that. The Jordan, the other D are going to be chatting.
They're not going to say that, but my thing is now, it comes now with new explanations. And I'm happy for you to have a new explanation. All you need to say is, you know what? I was wrong, you was right. And it could be a very simple 10-second convo and move on.
You know what? There's one thing I disagree with what Hook said, yeah? 'Cause I watched that whole game. I didn't bother watching the United game. Yeah, I think it was a tale of two halves. I know you scored a goal in either half, but first half I agree with you, it was dire, bro. It was on, but I wasn't really watching, just on my phone. The Marino goal, obviously, you got a bit fortunate, but if you don't shoot, you don't score in it. I agree with you. I think first half was so. Second half, I think you came out of the blocks, bro. I think second half was more lively. Yeah, Odegaard didn't have a good game, but I think Martinelli looked like 2 years ago. Martinelli, bro. Castagna had him on toast all night, bro, all night. And Lewis Skelly was doing what Lewis Skelly does. Ryan Sess come on and was like, Ryan Sess is quite powerful now. He's from the ends and whatnot. He's always been like highly sought of from young. And he was getting a lot of the ball, but Skelly was just shutting him down. I think there was one time he managed to get across him, but that's only because Skelly was out of position because it was a counter. But other than that, Skelly done his thing. I think there was a few good individual points. I think Timber, bro, going down and still putting in a shift. Like, I feel like across the board it was cold. I think first half was poor, but I think second half, it looks like the Arsenal kind of old where you're creating chances in that. Like Dee said, Saka should have scored again if Nelly squares it. Odegaard should have scored when he put it above the bar, but now we don't really expect that from him because we see that too much now. So I weren't really expecting the net to bulge. Do you get? But bro, I think second half you were good. First half, yeah, it was. I'm not going to say it was diabolical, but it was kind of just lackadaisical. Like it was just going through the motions. You like 1-0, went into halftime unscathed. But second half. That I think that's something to like build up of. Like if you go into the Everton game now, do you get? But I think second half you done your thing.
I feel a little bit different to how Hooks feels as well. I don't think we didn't. It was a very boring game by both teams. Both teams were quite slow and like Fulham were quite defensive. But what I think is when he says Odegaard was terrible, I think he wasn't as bad as Hooks thinks he was. Like Odegaard was the reason why Ranieri played well, and Odegaard was also the reason that he could have had 2 assists. Like don't forget he had a disallowed goal for Martinelli. Martinelli scored, and it was a disallowed goal with a brilliant through ball from Odegaard, and Odegaard's corners as well. Every corner was dangerous, so he didn't play as badly as Hooks is thinking that he played. I don't know how he wasn't seen. He wasn't that bad. He wasn't great, but our midfield kept getting bypassed. So the problem that happened is even though we won the game, they kept getting in. They were running out our defense in the first 10 minutes. They ran out our defense about 3-4 times. Like they kept getting through our midfield. Like, and that was our first choice midfield. That was Odegaard, Rice, and Partey. That's our first choice midfield. And they kept splitting them open. In fact, that was our first choice midfield and first choice defense. It wasn't just first choice midfield. We've only got one player missing.
Well, up until Gabriel.
And that's Havertz.
Gabriel came.
We only had one player missing, and that was Havertz. Really?
Well, truth be, Gabriel came off really early in the game.
Yeah, but when he came off, they were running out our defense. The reason why he came off when he came off, when he got injured, was when we were chasing Adama back
because of Odegaard. Yeah, it was Odegaard who lost the ball in some stupid area because instead of looking forward and progressing the ball forward, he turns away from forward and tries to pass it back and play some dead ball. The ball gets taken, and now Gabriel, he sees Traore, I got to run back, and then boom, hamstring. All of that could have been avoided if he just passes forward or he gets into a forward area and shoots. But this is the issue with Odegaard this season, and it's really frustrating, is he will pick up the ball in forward areas and not try to progress it any more forward. Yeah, there's the odd time where he'll try that like dink over the dink ball, his trademark dink ball. There's times he will do that. But more often than not, he gets the ball in a forward area and then his first thought is, let me not lose the ball. What's happening around me, go back. Or go to the side. Come like Beyonce, to the left, everything to the left. That's what he does, isn't it? So, like, this is why his performance annoyed me like insanely yesterday, because throughout the whole game, like, there's times that like Fulham went through our midfield, whatever, but there was never a moment where I really felt threatened. I never really felt threatened in it. And it really annoys me that we have such a good defense, but our offense doesn't trust in it. Like, and maybe it's instructional. It's probably instructional, but I feel like how good our defense is, we should be more brave and we should take more risks in forward areas because we can rely on our defense. We've got so many good, and then on top of that, we actually got a good goalkeeper. It's been a while since we had a good goalkeeper. So even if they do get past our defense, we have that final line of defense that can sometimes get us out of really bad situations, which he has before. So when I look at Ødegaard, it's like I've watched Ødegaard for years and years, even before he came to Arsenal, bro. You're mad creative. You're actually a baller. You're techie. Like, you can work in tight spaces. You can make things happen. So why are you always opting to go the other way from goal? It's mad frustrating. And like, I don't know, like maybe I'm hypersensitive to Ødegaard because my expectations are mad high for Ødegaard, innit? Because that's how highly I rate him, innit? So maybe that's my bad thing, and maybe he's being destroyed by the system or a set of instructions that he has to follow that Arteta's put in kind of in his repertoire, innit? But I feel like as a footballer, at some point you go, I just need to make something happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
reckon his game's way too, like, there's a safety net to his game since he's come back from this injury that is just making him seem very ineffective.
I think it's been all this season, though. I don't even think it has anything to do with the injury. I think it's been all this season. Like last season, I feel like
more moments.
Two seasons ago was the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Ødegaard was perfect. Like 2 seasons ago was
then look, would you say, bro, it could be, and I'm not saying it's an excuse, but could you say that Saka and Martinelli, like, you're more running behind, not Saka always. Saka will do it from time to time, but he's intelligent with it. Martinelli's an in-behind winger, where recently he's been playing with Mana, and where he's not in behind, he lacks ball to feet, and he likes to play off that 1-2 or Trossard on the other side. Don't you think like Saka and Martinelli are like the catalyst for Ødegaard to play that through ball and whatnot? Because if he ain't got runners going in behind, I think that takes away from his game also. I think that could be a factor.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know, maybe I'm off with this, but with Saka it's a bit different, innit? Because Saka, I feel like Ødegaard and Saka have like a certain level of like telekinetic, like, you know, understand. You know what I mean? So more often they play, like, they both play in a way that suits each other in it. So there's rarely any issues. And then obviously it's a bit harder now with Timber because Timber more so often than not likes to come inside. So whereas with Ben White, there was always that person that would overlap past Saka to give Ødegaard kind of that ball in behind, innit? Saka don't really provide you that in behind ball, innit? Now with Martinelli, what I would like to see more is you're the conductor. So Martinelli shouldn't be signaling to you when to play the ball. You should see the space, play the ball, and then now the onus is on Martinelli to run, which is what Martinelli should be doing. Like, Martinelli should be making that right back every single time, whoever we're facing, run up and down the pitch at all chances, innit? But Ødegaard's got to encourage that kind of play. But it's hard for Ødegaard because I know that Arteta's kind of philosophy is at all costs keep the ball. If you feel like what you're going to do will lose you the ball, then don't do that action. Do the action that keeps the ball. And then we'll find, it's like percentages, isn't it? So you could play that ball that's like, it's like a 45% chance that it will go through, but 55% chance that you're going to lose the ball. Cool. Find the higher percentage kind of action, innit? And maybe that's the K in his game. But again, as a footballer, just acknowledging a game when you just have to do something that breaks away from the instruction. Like, everything can't be off a script. And that's the annoying thing about how I guess Arsenal's football has developed over the last 2 seasons. It's become very scripted because I can only put it down to PTSD. I can only put it down to Arteta going, okay, in scenarios where we've been highly attacking, that's where we've kind of lost our footing in title races. So he's gone full circle the whole other way.
Yeah, I hear it still.
So it's a difficult one, isn't it? And I mean, like, and this is like me being like, the game's just happened, innit? So I'm still kind of a bit. It's emotional at the moment, innit? But after a few days, when it's like the emotion's gone out of it, maybe I'll go back, look at the game, and then I'll see maybe other things that Erdegaard did in the game, and I'll be like, okay, cool, that was pretty good. Okay, I see what you're trying to do there. That's where, and you analyze the game a bit differently in it. But when you're just watching the game and it's so soon after, it's like it's highly emotional in it, and I just didn't like what I see. And it's weird because every time I go to the game, every time I go to the stadium, I love watching Erdegaard. When I go to the stadium, Erdegaard's the best player to watch on the pitch, like with ease. Like it's not even there's no comparison in it. But on the screen, he's frustrating, man. I won't lie, he's frustrating, man. Proper frustrating. But it is what it is. We got the win at the end of the day, innit? And I guess that's all that matters. And now it's like, over to you, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, we did our thing. Over to you, man. Do you know what I mean?
Let's bring it back to Arsenal. We'll go to Liverpool. See,
But yeah, no,
we need
obviously
to.
on the negative side of things. Obviously, I don't really. By the way, I don't really have too much of an opinion on yesterday's game. I just feel like it was a bit of a dud game. I think Arsenal were always going to win, and that's the sort. I don't have too much of an opinion on it. I more was watching the Man United game, if I'm honest. That's why I didn't do a video on. I know it's usually, guys. I was being asked, where's the Arsenal reaction? I actually watched more of the Man United game than the Arsenal game. And the reason there was no Nottingham Forest reaction, I fell asleep. So, yeah, I ain't perfect, innit? I ain't perfect. I fell asleep. I missed the winners part of the video. So, fucking, yeah, man. But I'll put out a Nottingham Forest video. Maybe I'll put one out. I don't know, man. If you still want a Man United Nottingham Forest video, put a W in the chat. If not, I'll be honest. There's better games coming up. There'll be, you get it, bro.
We're in talks with Nico Williams, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I just saw it online.
Yeah. I'm in talks with Mariah the Scientist still. But yeah, no. Let's carry on what we're doing.
You may well be. Yes, that doesn't mean we're not in talks with Williams, does it?
Man, them rate my thing, man. Fucking hell, yeah, man. Some of us rate my thing. I suppose.
Doesn't change the fact. Doesn't change the fact.
Do you know what though? We need to delve into this. Obviously, they've still not given the time frame or the severity of the injury yet. But when I saw that, bro, Gabriel, I know some people like to do the sarcastic thing. Like, I don't play with injuries in it. Man's had people that have them. That's one thing I don't want no player to get injured. I don't care if you play for the rival. But when he went down, I've always said, especially the last 18 months, I think most Arsenal fans will agree, Gabriel's been your best centre-back. Saliba might have the highest ceiling, but Gabriel has been your best centre-back. And I think that was kind of evident when he come off, because there was even a moment where they kind of hit you on the counter. Adama needed to cut it back, but he tried to go for the shot. That's a tap-in for Jimenez. And Saliba kind of let him go. And there was Menez's free header as well. Arsenal just look a bit more susceptible when Gabriel's not there. Gabriel puts out them fires early. But what are you now saying for this Madrid game? Because I can't see him being back. Maybe the second leg, but the one in like a week's time, I don't know if he's back. Because after Saka, you could argue he's your most important player. Maybe between him and Rice, he's your second most important player.
Even just outside of the Madrid game, what do you lot think of the injury kind of thing? Because there's been a lot of discourse in terms of who's to blame. I personally don't blame Arteta for this one, because I think Gabriel would have played anyway. You like to keep your centre backs playing in games. I don't think Gabriel's been necessarily overplayed. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, when I didn't see him pull the hamstring, I see him sit down. I just kind of see him sit down. So, you know, I knew already Saka's on would be bad, because he swung in motion, and that's where he's done his hamstring. He didn't like kind of tweak it and then kind of just sit down and go, cool, 3-4 weeks. What do you lot think of, you know, of that injury? Like, where's your feelings kind of like with that? Because I know it's bittersweet with obviously Saka being back, but where do you lot kind of sit with that?
You want to go?
Go on, Hooks, go on.
So in regards to the Madrid game, yeah, like, I feel like at home we'll get a bit of a blight, because I imagine us to have the majority of the possession anyway. So I imagine that we won't face as many kind of dangerous actions that we will at the Bernabeu, innit? If he's not there for the Bernabeu, then that's massive problems, isn't it? That's super massive problems, isn't it? Against Everton, I don't think it's an issue. Again, Everton's a side that we're going to play and we're going to dominate the ball. So for the majority of the game, we're going to be in their half. The only thing that's a bit mad, and maybe, I don't know, tactically we may need to get this right, is I'm nowhere near as confident Kiwior, and this is just me assuming that it's Kiwior that's going to be his replacement, running back on transition. That's the problem. Like Gabriel running back on, he's a bit of a monster. He picks up momentum, long legs. He can make the tackle. But I would imagine that maybe what actually happens is Partey most likely ends up playing right back, and then he most likely ends up dashing Declan Rice in the 6. Now, all of it.
Sorry, bro. Do you reckon? I know all you lot can relate. Do you reckon Gabriel's one of them defenders? Yeah, when he's running back, you know the man that used to start making noise, that's trying to intimidate.
Yeah, man, I'm grunting and shit. Yeah, man, I be grunting in that, bro. It's one of them. Man.
Have you ever been in goals or something or played with your brethren and the centre back?
Here, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to put you off in that. I reckon Gabriel's that type of centre back.
He is.
You can tell, isn't it? You can tell he's one of the ones to shout.
And the thing is, he's not as quick as Saliba, but you can still probably hear Donny's steps.
Yeah.
Man,
Heavy foot. Them man,
bro.
Jurassic
Park. I think Gabriel's given enough attackers the black toenail, innit? If you man know about the black toenail, you man know. If you really kick ball, you know about the black toenail, innit? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying for free, Gabriel's giving out enough black toenail still.
But it's a tactical thing. I imagine, this is me just assuming, I imagine Arteta, or an option that Arteta does have, is to just put Rice in the 6, and then any transition where you would maybe expect Gabriel to be chased because Gabriel comes quite forward, it'll just be Declan Rice charging back. And Declan Rice will cover that ground. And I'm more than confident in Declan Rice covering that ground and making any challenge that we need to make. So
I saw something on Twitter hooks that some Arsenal fans said maybe Rice at centre back, but I think that takes away too much from your midfield. He's played there. He grew up playing centre back, innit? So it's not a position that's alien to him, but that takes away from your midfield.
Like he grew up playing centre back, but he hasn't played centre back for 8 years now.
8 years, yeah.
That's a long time, to just Rice play centre back.
And it's different starting there as opposed to just putting in a shift maybe for 10-20 minutes. Because we've seen it in the Arsenal shirt where he might have had to play centre back for 10-20 minutes. But starting there against that caliber and Mbappe, a Vinny, or Rodri, it could look a bit long, bro.
Or maybe we go 3 at the back and you can play Tierney left centre back. Maybe there's ways to deal with it, but it's just like, how will Arteta? Like, I'm hoping that after all of the scans that they do, it's like the most minor of tweaks, and by the time the Real Madrid game comes, he can have some sort of part to play in the game, because it's not just the defensive side with Gabriel. You also miss a lot of presence in the box when it comes to corners, and that's probably going to be a big part.
And you've got, and you know it is, and you've got. I said this: getting Saka back means you have a corner threat from both sides again, not just the left side. You have a corner threat from the right side, and losing Gabriel from the corners, as you said, it is something that Real Madrid would obviously have to think about. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's still a way to kind of get yourself a goal, especially against the run of play. If the game's not going the way you want to go, a set piece is a way to get back into the game or to put your team ahead.
It's also one look
at the goal that PSG scored against us. It literally changed the dynamic in the game. At Anfield, score against the run of play, crowd gets silenced. Whether it's a set piece, a tap in, a mistake, goals change games. So the value of set pieces, and with Saka coming back, literally skyrocketed and then plummeted within minutes, obviously, with the whole Gabriel thing. But I do think that I'd be more. Listen, the bottom line is, if hamstring injuries, I'll tell you for free, it's a mental injury as much as it is a muscle injury. Because even though I think it's the second biggest muscle in your leg, that is an injury that makes anyone think that they're fine when they're not. Or you could be fine and you're actually fine, but no matter how good the medical team is, no matter how good the physios are, a hamstring injury lies so dormant inside the leg that you could not be fine and still say you're fine at with the highest level of equipment.
Yeah.
And I think it's just one of those things where you're gonna just have to wait until the scan. Obviously, they'll probably get the results back tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, when they'll probably release the news. But when a player sits down from the hamstring injury, and I'm not saying this because I want players to be injured, because, bro, as I said, I'm the lot, bro. But I can't tell you how many times my hamstrings have spontaneously combusted. You know what I'm saying?
But I did my hamstringing and I was gone 4 times. 4 times. I was gone for time.
Once was there when I did.
Once was
there when I did mine. I couldn't do nothing for like at least a good 2-3 months, bro. It was crazy.
I was gone for
and that's not even me saying it's a grade 3 or grade 2. You never really know. I don't think it was more than a grade 1 just because of the way like from what I saw, it just looked like cool. He's felt the hamstring, just sit down in it, don't make it any worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like Pulisic's one against Arsenal in the cup final where man was screaming on the floor. That's a grade 3. Straight off the bat, that's a grade 3.
I'm not laughing at the injuries. The way you said that, his man was screaming on the floor.
Man is running at when man run. When you're running at full pelt, when you're running at full pelt and you just feel like you've been shot, that's a tear, G. That's a tear. You know what I'm saying? That's just a straight tear. It's peak. You're done.
But you know what? Yeah, the last thing that I'll say on Gabriel being out, is, and slightly maybe a lot of people don't actually notice this, but Saliba is so much more exposed when Gabriel isn't beside him, and you even see that at international football as well, and that's because Gabriel actually leads the back line. Like the amount that he communicates with Saliba in a game is absolutely insane. And without that voice in the back line, I don't know how Saliba reacts or plays, because Saliba's he's intelligent in the sense that he can see the further forward in it. But those common sense situations, you know what I'm saying? Like those common sense situations where it should just be really easy to do it, like he doesn't pick up on them. So, and that's where Gabriel sees all of that. Yo, Willow, come on, move, you get me? That's mad. So we lose that kind of leadership in the back line as well, which I think will be very, very tricky versus Real Madrid. Not so much Everton, but really tricky against Real Madrid.
Yeah, no, I hear it. And Timber, how you guys feeling about Timber? Obviously, do you guys feel like, because obviously he's Mikel said he couldn't continue. You guys thinking that's leaning more towards fatigue rather than injury?
Yeah, he probably won't play him against Everton. He'll probably just play Ben White. No, Ben White will be back and just give him a rest. He'll be fit for Real Madrid, I think.
Yeah, Timber's one I don't think is as serious. That's just more of a precautionary, because for me, how you know it's not as serious is he went down and then carried on playing a bit after that, bro.
Yeah, because he got collapsed in his leg, innit? And then he sat down, innit?
Yeah, I think it's more precautionary. I think word talk decent. I reckon Ben White will start. Maybe Timber might come on to see out the game, depending on what the score is at the Everton game, and then he'll probably start the Madrid game. I don't think the Timber one. I don't think it's the one Arsenal need to worry about. I think that one's calm. It's Gabriel where we're just waiting on the news.
But with the Timber one, just with Timber real quickly, in my opinion, this is where maybe you can criticize Arteta a bit, is when Timber initially went down, I'm pretty sure we was winning. Yeah, we was winning at that point. Just take him off. I mean, immediately he's gone down. You know, it looks like a minor thing, but we're already winning. Just take him off. There's no threat in that game as well. Just take him off. But he plays him to the point where he's like, I actually can't go on anymore. And like, if you do that over a prolonged period of time, it's only going to have a mad negative impact on the player's health in it. So I would have liked to have seen Arteta just say, you know what, the game's already won. We're just going to hook you off now, innit? We don't need to risk it. So yeah, Arteta, you need to start learning from You need to start learning about these things really quickly, in my opinion.
So you think Arteta has a little bit to learn with some of these injuries? You don't think it was more unlucky in this case?
No, I don't mean like I mean like just like be able to like understand the fact that you've had a lot of injuries this season. Like it's unprecedented. We've been mad unlucky, and maybe some injuries are on our own fault, whatever. But the large majority of them is unlucky. But one of your key players that you actually we cannot afford for Timber to not play against Real Madrid. You're already winning. I think at the time it was 2-0. You're winning 2-0. Yeah, when he first went down. That's a 2-goal cushion. You've played Partey right back before. It was the change that you made when he finally said, I can't go on no more. Just make that change a bit earlier. Do you know what I mean? Just make it a bit earlier. Like, I don't know. Like, just make it earlier. Like, I mean, that's what it really is. Just make it a bit earlier. I would like to believe that you don't need to see this happen 100 times before you realize, shit, like maybe I should take players off a bit earlier when they go down. Like, I don't know. It's like, to me, it's common sense, no? But hey, learn from it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not slewing him or anything like that. I'm just saying I would like to see you learn from this.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see in it. And just quickly, obviously, onto the Real Madrid. We do have to speak about Real Madrid because it's literally next week. Do any of them feature for Real Madrid?
It's $1 million question, man.
Like this is for the chat as well. Like, make you guys, obviously, you guys are 100% involved in this as well. Do you think? I personally think Gabriel plays in neither and he doesn't play in either of the legs. I think Timber will probably play. I think Timber will definitely play second leg. First leg, in 2 months.
I think Timber plays first leg. I think it's Gabriel that don't play first leg. I think Timber will be calm. I think what D said, he'll play Ben White against Everton, and then he'll probably either just not play Timber at all, or bring him on to maybe see out the game. Let's say if Arsenal are ahead. But Gabriel, I don't know. That didn't look good still. That didn't look good. Yeah.
Shout out Mr. Link. He goes, super for months, losing sleep. Pause. He goes, that's hashtag that's one. So we're playing pro clubs in it. So we got the man them, obviously me, Catch, Cass, and Joey as well. So shout out the man them. Fair enough. I do think, as I said, I think Gabriel doesn't play. I think Timber will probably get minutes. He'll definitely play the second leg. First leg is probably a doubt though. Do you guys still think you're winning? You're going through? Moneyball question, isn't it?
But everyone thinks we're not going through anyway. So what difference does it make?
I didn't know what everyone else thinks. I asked what you think.
Everyone says Arsenal going out anyway. So what difference does it make?
No. I've asked you what you think. Don't worry what anyone else is saying. Don't worry about all of that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Let Hawks answer that.
Just three hooks under the bar.
I'm the one. It's cool. I'll be the gooner that gets clipped up. It's fine. I don't mind in it. I think we can beat Real Madrid at the Emirates. Personally, I don't know. I would need to see how the first leg goes for me to be able to say with any real like confidence how I think the overall tie will go. I think it's like you can't predict a tie versus Madrid. That's way too much in it. But I definitely think at the Emirates we can get like a 2-1, 1-0. Who knows? Maybe we surprise everybody, take everybody for surprise, and get like 3 early goals. Like that's not out of the realms of possibility. Let's not pretend like Real Madrid don't concede goals. Like, do you know what I mean? Like their defense, like you can look at their defense and you can say things like, "Oh, Rudiger, like cold defender," and yeah, he is. But when you look at their defense as a unit, it's not the strongest. Do you know what I mean? You can look at Courtois and be like, one of the coldest keepers in Europe. But I've seen Dibby man in the Spanish league score multiple goals against these men. So why would I not think that Arsenal at the Emirates can score goals versus Real Madrid? But it all depends on the flow of the game. Equally, we could concede 4 goals in the first half, and then it's like, oh, well, that's tied, done, isn't it? So Yeah, it just all depends how the first leg goes, but I think we can get the W. And I mean, just to answer your previous question, like, I probably agree with Mons. I don't think Gabriel will play a part in either of the legs, which is annoying. Like, because we could have really done with him being there at the Bernabeu. But Timber, I think Timber will be there for the first and the second leg.
How can Cat say play Mr. Link? That's just tough, you know. But you know what I've been saying to Hooks on our show for weeks. I had obviously Real Madrid winning the overall tie, but at the Emirates, I kept saying to you, this game would have been reminiscent of when you beat Barcelona all them years ago, last minute Arshavin. It has that type of feel. But Gabriel now, bro, he's integral to what you do, bro, and that's now I think like maybe you can nick a draw. With Gabriel, I had you lot winning the first leg, bro. Bernabeu's different story. But we speak about just the game that's coming up. I had you lot winning, but Gabriel being out now, well, we're assuming he's out. Like, I don't know now, man. It'll be tight. It'll be tight. Things with Madrid, they don't have to play well, bro. I know you're saying, like they conceded 4 goals last night, bro. They do not have to play well, but they just have this know-how, bro. Like, it's actually annoying. Like, I can see over both legs, you lot actually being the better looking team, playing the prettier football. Then, bro, they'll just go after goal, bro. They're annoying like that. But if I had to predict now without Gabriel, I'm going for 2-2. I think it will be a Desmond, bro.
I don't like this.
I don't think you lose at Emirates. I don't think, even without Gabriel, I think you don't have enough heart. The crowd will be behind you. I don't think you lose at Emirates. Bernabeu, different story. But with Gabriel, bro, that's the one that's just making me think, raw. Like, that's a massive loss. Massive loss, bro.
I hear it. Let's move on, obviously, from Arsenal. We move on to Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? I like how this is the one of the episodes in the week in the BSB schedule that's not all chaotic and stuff like that. I think when a lot of people talk about this channel, obviously it's in the name about banter, but I do like to implement shows where we can speak more objectively about things. You know, I know this is why I specifically recruited D for this one as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I specifically got D on board for this because I know the type of shows that he likes to do, and I think this is a nice dynamic. I don't have to shout and scream and defend my club at all costs. You have a conversation, a nice conversation about being on the defense. You know what I'm saying? I can play a high line. You can play at 130 on BSB. You can play a high line. You know what I'm saying? You can play a high line, and you'll be all right. You know.
Say it on a Sunday, you have to park the bus.
Oh, brother, like this, bro. 10 p.m. on a weekday after the game, brother.
Yeah.
2 banks of 4. 2 banks of 4. If you lose, 10 at the back. 10 at the back. That's what it is. But make sure you're subscribing to Famzone TV. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're subscribing to Halftime Hooks and you're following Rums on all socials. 440 in the house right now. I don't know how many likes we're on, but we're not on enough. So make sure you do smash the like button. The aim's about 250 likes for today. I'm assuming we're on 130 likes. That stinks of shit. So guys, come on now, man. Hashtag Pidgey, you're in it. You know, make sure you
said hashtag Pidgey.
PFC TV, let the Sancho thing go, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the Sancho thing go, man. Just because I propped up Sancho, man, they'll be dying on that hill, bro. It's dark, man. Liverpool versus Everton, man. You know, another Merseyside derby. Is it revenge time? You know what I'm saying? If Everton do win at Anfield, I guess the title race is back on, or am I lying? Or is it not back on? What are we saying?
The Mons behave, man. Behave. It will seed some doubt into the fan base, but bro, we've lost 1 Premier League game all year, bro. Like we're gonna draw a couple more, but I don't think it will mean it's back on. If it was to get to 6 points, that's when I'm like, all right, cool. What's happening, man? Then, but I still think, let's say worst case scenario we lose, bro, and it stays 9. I still think 9's too much of a gap personally, and still having to play them at our ground where, bro, you never know where each clubs are by then, but we should get the job done. I can't lie, you know, derbies naturally need to be like, the form goes out the window. Derbies are naturally hyped that both teams are at it. But this one has added spice, bro, because the way the last one ended, and no one, bro, in the words of Dean, I can't believe no one backed Curtis Jones. I can't believe Curtis Jones gripping up the Corey. No, actually, to be fair, I think Darwin Núñez ran up after, but the rest of the squad were late to the party, bro. I couldn't believe it. But, bro, Arsenal's team talk should just be Abdoulaye Doucouré, bro. For Carl, bro, the way he was just celebrating in front of our fans. We need that in ball, but at the same time, it's a violation. But we should get the job done once, man. And look, our last 2 games have come out of 2 cup competitions. We ain't really smelt a win in a while once that. We need this one. Derby Day, noisy neighbours. Bro, we need this one, bro. But they're going to be tough. Everton under Moyes, they're just this defensive, like, just monster now. Like, it's not like the one under Dyke where they were just flimsy and you can score. I don't mean his whole spell, but, you know, like, towards the latter end of Dyke's tenure, they were just leaking goals, bro. Moyes ain't doing that. Like I said, I think we win tonight, but it won't be we won't smash them on that, and it won't be no comfortable win. Like, they'll run us to the wire, but we need to get this dub once, man. It's been quite a while since we've seen a win.
Isn't it 2 games, Aaron London? Leeds and Nottingham Forest.
And Palace. 3 games.
Oh yeah, Palace last year, innit? Yeah. But yeah, that record is crazy though.
Didn't you lose to PSG at Anfield?
I already in the
League games.
I'll be honest, yeah. I already said this, innit? I don't even want Mo Salah to score.
You don't?
Nah.
Wait, you don't?
Why? Why?
I want 2 assists.
I hear it.
There's a reason. And how about this? I want 2 assists. I want him to get another assist next game because he will get another assist next, and then one of those games. Then against Arsenal, I want the 21st assist against Arsenal. I couldn't care about the goals. Couldn't care less about the goals. I want him breaking that assist record against Arsenal after the guard upon.
But what is?
But this is what happens when they get too cocky. Instead of them focusing on winning the league and winning games, he's now talking about.
Oh, word to Ron's is done already. No,
he wants to start getting into how he wants to win and where he wants to win.
I just want KDB. I want KDB. Do you know what it is? We don't play Man City again for the rest of the season, so we can't do it against Man City now. So that's impossible, isn't it? That can't happen now.
I like
you know
this.
what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying.
This is where I need your mentality to be. I like this. This is perfect.
Yeah, brother. Listen,
your mentality is.
I want Curtis. I want Mo Salah to assist Curtis Jones twice and I want Curtis Jones to celebrate in front of Doucouré.
That'll be poetic. That'll just be
poetic. You know what I'm saying? In the thunder and rain.
It's not really that character, though. That's not really his character.
Poetic justice, blood. Yeah.
You know just what you want.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah. Back when Drake and Kendrick make music together.
That was a big tune.
When the man them were like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know all you Kendrick lovers, you know what I'm saying? Because you brought him to his first tour. Yeah, man. We're not making conversation out of that though. But yeah, like listen, all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Put it in a song. All right. That is exactly what I need Curtis Jones to do. Whether you start, whether you come off the bench, I need you getting some ja. I need you getting some ja today. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself some G and A. Win your duels and get your GA. I'm gonna take it right now. What, Aaron? I'm trying to pick venues. That's where it's at right now. I'm trying to hit, bro. I'm talking, Ed Suarez versus Moyes.
Yeah, jumping in for you.
I'm talking about that one, bro. That one. Even though we didn't even win that game, I ain't gonna lie. But that one, innit?
Mons, do you know the one thing that I always worry with Everton, because it's like they have like, what's the word I'm looking for? They have like a set type of player that they sign. It's like they don't sign no one under 6 foot. Set pieces, I always worry with these, man. Because, bro, you saw it last game. Branthwaite, Tarkowski, let's be honest, Beto bullied Konate last time. Like, he did. Let's call a spade a spade. That Beto had Konate that just uncomfortable that game. But when people, normally when you're previewing games, they're like, oh, so where do you think they can hurt you? I don't think they can hurt us tiki-taka and that. I don't think they can play patterns of play. I'm not worried in that regard. Counter maybe, but even their counter-attacking players are out, like Ndai, McNeil, that the players that are important for them on the counter are out. But set pieces, bro, we can't be giving away silly fouls. Like, sometimes Kanate or Sabozza, even McAllister. I'm not even gonna leave McAllister out of this. Sometimes, once they just fling a leg out and just give that foul at the edge of the box that they don't need to give, bro. Like, we need to not be giving silly set pieces because that's what kind of cost us last game. I swear Beto scored from the quick free kick, no?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was
bad,
an in-swinger. So
exactly that. I think listen, we didn't create much. We didn't create much against Everton last time. Our record against we've got 1 win in 7 at Goodison Park. Like it's terrible, isn't it? The 2 Arsenal boys will tell us all about it. They drew 0-0 at the Emirates against Everton. So it's not like Everton aren't capable of frustrating teams. Do you know what I'm saying? At their own ground. If you actually go on Everton's defensive record, and I'm just gonna share the screen and let you lot see this, because it's actually that if you look at Everton's record right now in terms of just goals conceded alone, and then look at this,
bro. They don't concede like that, bro.
They don't concede like that. You man, innit?
Yeah, take care, guys. Make sure you subscribe as well.
Love my G.
Big up, my bro. Subscribe to FamZone TV and people. It's gonna be in the description below. But yeah, look at Everton. 36 goals conceded in the Premier League.
That's one of the lowest, isn't it?
Well, put that into consideration, Nottingham Forest have conceded 35. And everyone speaks that Nottingham Forest defense is the best thing since last week.
You know me, I'll put my hands up when I get something wrong. I just waffled about Sean Dyche then, because I thought towards the end of his tenure they were leaking goals. If they've conceded 36 all season, that means he even done a good. That means they were losing games. I remember that they were like winless.
Look, they've drawn their last 4. They're undefeated in 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
This isn't even me trying to prop up Everton for me to say this in case you drop points. My point is that I'm giving them credit for their defense. Obviously, their attack, they don't really score goals in it. But to have conceded 36 goals all season, yeah, you're sitting there with what? Who else have conceded? Like there's certain teams that have barely conceded. Like again, Glasner, Palace have conceded 33 goals all season. That is incredible.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Can we just check Spurs just for a little laugh? How much have they conceded?
Spurs have conceded 43.
Crazy.
That's not even that mad either. Really, considering Brentford 45, Villa 45, Fulham 40, Brighton
actually
42,
right. City 40,
yeah, Chelsea 37. Like, bro, like that's not insane.
Boy, we've conceded the least.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Arsenal, who have only conceded 25, Liverpool have conceded 27, and then you've got I think Palace on 33 in 3rd.
That's crazy.
Shout out Glasgow, man. And then obviously you got Everton on 36 with Bournemouth as well. Areola doing well. So there's some really good defensive records in the league. Even Chelsea 37 isn't bad. But Nottingham Forest are classed as, the defensive gods of this Premier League. And you look at Palace, I think Nottingham Forest are more balanced than these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, and the thing is, Chelsea only conceding 37 does speak volumes in terms of how many goals they've conceded from silly mistakes rather than actually a defensive unit.
I'll be real, Munch, yeah. I've been predicting a certain scoreline all week for this game. I'm narrowing it now because I'm actually deep in it. This won't. Obviously, if it's a walkover,
I'll tell you that this ain't no high scoring game.
Yeah, it's not
under 3.5 if you're a betting man, innit?
I predicted 3-1 all week, but I think we win 2-1, bro. I think we win 2-1. I think it'll be tight. They might even take the lead. I do think we win. I don't even think we draw tonight. Like, we do get the 3 points tonight, but they're just gonna make it. They're just gonna make it tough. But records do play a part, Mont, and Moyes' record at Anfield stinks. That's one thing I will say. If you look at their last win, that was Ancelotti with Richarlison and James Rodriguez and them, man. And then the time before that, I don't even think me and you were born, bro. That's how real it is. So, yeah, bro, Everton, Moyes' record at Anfield is poor, which is kind of a good omen for us, but I can see a 2-1. I can see a stinky 2-1, you know. I just want the 3 points, bro. I genuinely just want, that's all I care about.
I want the 3 points, but as I said, I want Mo Salah to get 2 assists. I need 2 assists from Mo Salah. And I don't want them classy Trivella assists. I want it stinky as fuck. Stinky as fuck.
Saying the 1 yard one.
I want them dirty assists. I want them Bruno Fernandes assists, bro. That's what I want.
Wait, let me see.
I'm unruly, bro. It's mad.
I've not checked your FPL yet.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my bench is killing me on FPL. It's dark, man. I know, man. They lost their team last minute, though.
It makes sense why you want the assist record as well. Obviously, 100%. 2 birds, 1 stone. Records and yeah.
Yeah, but listen, you lot, let's get some score predictions in for Liverpool and Everton, and we'll close it out. Hooks, what's your score prediction, bro? Chat joining.
Say what you said on the village. Don't be changing it now. Say what you said on the village.
What did that 2-1 Everton? There we go. 2-1 Everton.
You said 2-2 still.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I said 2-1 Everton, but really, I did that because I need to be different. But realistically, it's probably going to be a draw.
Raw, you think you actually think we draw?
I just think when you look into certain factors, like, you know, you're not coming off the best run of form. You got Mo Salah that's like been severely underperforming by his standards in the last few games. You got a bit of the fire in the belly between both of you.
We don't particularly come back well in we don't start well after international breaks as well.
Yeah, so that's
not even this season thing. That's been the best part of the last 2-3 seasons.
But it's a derby. And in derbies, anything can happen. So just as like I could predict it to be 2-2, but then you might go and slap them 5-1. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a derby. It's really hard to predict derbies, isn't it? But I just know it'll be a good game, a fun watch, and it's really and truly a game that you, man, need to win. Because if you don't win it, let's just say, God forbid, you lose it, yeah?
Boy, is it back on?
It's not even that it's back on. Everton might just want to do you double dirty and throw the game against Arsenal because we play them next.
That's a shout, you know. Because
it's basically a 6-pointer.
Yeah, effectively, I believe that this game is a 6-pointer.
In terms of the league, so people listen before I say this, before you start saying Europa League. In terms of the league, Everton are no different to United and Spurs. They can't get Europe through the league. You lot that are going to be hard of hearing and say they got Europa League through the league. Keywords. Everton are no different to United and Spurs, bro. Can't get Europe through the league, and they're not getting relegated. So they're just at the beach already, bro. Their players are probably looking at holidays and that's a good shout, Hooks, because they definitely don't want us winning the league. That's a shout because, bro, I think you lot even played before us at the weekend. Let's say we were to lose tonight and you lot was to win. That could be temporarily 6 points.
Yep. And then that puts mad pressure on you, man. Your next game,
Fulham away. Now, Fulham away has been a bit tricky for us in recent. I know we won there last season. Season before that, I think we drew. But it's just Fulham away and home. We never just slap them. It's never an easy win. Like, they always make us work for our wins, bro. Like, we drew this season, 1-4-3 with a Trent last minute banger, like Anfield. Like, bro, even if you look at our last wins against Fulham, bro, they make us work for it still. I can't remember the last time we just smoked Fulham like a 3-0 or a 4-0. Hooks, you got a shout, but I'm just going to burst that bubble now. We win today. We win today.
We'll see, probably, but we'll find out.
Well, listen, people, make sure you go head over to Halftime Hooks or subscribe to him as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to head over there now ASAP, so stay right here. And yeah, man, we're going to see you guys at when's kickoff? 8 o'clock. So what, 7:45, I'll be with you guys for the watch along. And then we'll be live right after the game, the Mandem, and then we should be on Never a Foul after that. So yeah, plenty of stuff. We're back with the watch alongs. So the last watch alongs, they ain't gone too great. The last two, yeah. I'm gonna say 2-1 Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we'll keep it stepping, man. All right, Roms, what was your score prediction, by the way, before we end?
I've said 3-1 all week on other shows, but 2-1, bro. The nearer it gets, I'm going for an ugly 2-1 win as well.
Listen, people, we'll see you soon. It's been another episode of Big Six Pants. Take care, people. We'll see you in the next one. Big up the chat. Take care.